Hello, Sanjeev. Hello, Kanak. Hello, Manisha. Hello, Afreen.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. No problem, Sanjeev. I missed my bus, not lost. Okay, I missed. And lost is the V2 of lose, Sanjeev. Lost is the V2 of lose, Lose. Lose is a verb, and the V2 is lost. For example, I lost my mobile phone, I lost my confidence, and stuff like that. So lost itself is the V2. You don't need to add ed to lost, okay? Lost. And then with bus, we don't say I lost my bus. We say I missed my bus, okay? You miss your bus. You miss your train. You miss your flight. Okay. And now we are going to listen to other people. Like here we have yesterday, Unit 8 was going on, I remember. Uh, I asked you to do some reading text, the story of the cook. Today we are gonna check your homework in the practice work. Let's see, Unit 8. The chef who can't eat his own food. This is what we are going to study today. The chef who can't eat his own food. Other people will join when they come, and now we must start. The chef who can't eat his own food. Uh, a couple of seconds, please. So you have already read the text and you have to underline the correct answer. So let's see how much you understood. Andrew Foster works in a restaurant in Italy, or Andrew Foster works in an Italian restaurant in England. Which is correct? No. My screen is turning off on its own today. Okay, now it's fine. So, oh, come on. Why would this happen again and again? There seems to be some problem. Okay, so as I was saying, you have to underline the correct answer. The first one has been solved for you. Andrew Foster works in an Italian restaurant in England. He doesn't work in a restaurant in Italy. That's not true. It's an Italian restaurant in England. He cooks all sorts of food, or he cooks all sorts of biscuits.
He cooks all sort of food, sir.
All sorts, not all sort, okay? All sorts. All sorts, all types. All sorts, all types. He cooks all sorts of biscuits, all sorts of food. Food is the correct word. He cooks all sorts of food. When you read, you find out, okay? I'm checking what you have already done, and then I will read the text for you. He only likes eating biscuits. He only likes eating nothing. which
He
is correct.
He only likes
eating
eating biscuits.
He only likes eating biscuits. Number 4, every day he usually eats fruit and vegetables, biscuits. Every day he
Every day
usually eats
He usually
fruit.
eats
You eat biscuits.
biscuits. Every day he usually eats biscuits. If he thinks about other food, he feels
He feels ill.
ill. If he thinks about other food, he feels ill. Okay. How does he feel? He feels ill if he thinks about other food. Number 6, he'd love to cook lots of food. He would love to taste what he cooks.
You'd love to cook lots of food.
No,
He'd love to taste what he cooks.
he already eats, he cooks lots of food. So why he would love to cook lots of food? He is a chef. He cooks all sorts of things. He cooks all sorts of food. You just said he cooks all sorts of food. Then why he would love to cook? When you love to do something, it means you don't do it now. It means you don't do it now. If you say, I would love to be a teacher, it means you are a teacher now. If you say, I would love to be a teacher, I would like to be a teacher, does it mean you are a teacher now?
No,
Answer,
sir.
No, sir.
you are not a teacher now. If you're a teacher now, why would you say, I would love to be a teacher? I would love to be a teacher means I want to be a teacher. It means you're not a teacher now. So he would love to taste what he cooks, but he can't. You know his problem, right? He would love to taste what he cooks. He wants to, but he can't. Okay, number 7, he has got a medical problem, 7, he'd like to eat,
More biscuits.
he would like to eat more biscuits.
He would like to eat more biscuits.
He would like to eat more biscuits. He would like means he wants to. He would like to eat means he wants to eat.
He wants to.
He wants to eat more biscuits, right? Hello? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He wants to eat more biscuits.
Yes.
Nah, he doesn't want to eat
He
more
would-
biscuits.
He'd like to eat everything.
He would like to eat everything, but he can't. So there could be 2 reasons why you guys are not getting your answers right here. One reason could be you fail to understand the text. Text, yes, one. Second explanation could be you are still confused about would like. Number 8, one man on the TV program can't kiss his girlfriend because
She doesn't eat meat.
yeah, she's a vegetarian. Now, number 2, part 2, complete the sentences. There are 4. Andrew loves cooking, but he can't eat his own food. Number 2, he doesn't eating other food, only biscuits. What would you write in the mid? Yes. He doesn't
Like
like
He doesn't
eating
like
other
other
food,
food.
only biscuits. 3,
he
He-
doesn't
uh-huh.
he doesn't
He would like
he would like everything like other.
Okay. Okay. And he doesn't eat everything like other people is also correct. He doesn't eat everything like other people is correct. But he would like to eat everything like other people is also correct. And a better sentence here. because we want that, he would like to eat everything like other people, but he doesn't eat everything like other people is also correct. Number 4,
He would love to
He would like to test what we cook.
he would like to taste what he cooks. Now let's read again, and wherever you have problems, please let me know why you got your answers wrong, okay? Some of your answers were wrong. Why were they wrong? So we'll find out when we are reading the text, which part did you misunderstand? You will tell me while I'm reading, okay? So when I reach that part where you misunderstood the things, you will inform me, sir, I misunderstood this part. Is that clear, everybody? Uh, you got the answers wrong. I think somewhere you misunderstood some of the text. Let's find out. Chef can't eat his own food. The word own is used after possessive adjectives like his, my, your, our, to emphasize these possessive adjectives, okay? He's such a bad person. He abuses his own parents. He's such a bad person. He abuses his own parents. I mean, you normally do not expect somebody to do that to their own parents, right? You do it to other people, makes sense, okay? Now, when you want to emphasize something, emphasize the possession, chef can't eat his own food. खुद का खाना नहीं खा सकता, बताओ, दूसरा तो छोड़ दो. He can't eat his own food. तो तुम क्या कहना चाहते हो कि हम अपना खुद का पैसा भी यूज नहीं कर सकते? मतलब मेरा पैसा फिर हम उसको यूज नहीं कर सकते, हम अपना खुद का पैसा नहीं यूज कर सकते, तुम ये कहना चाह रहे हो? क्या बकवास है यार. Okay, so how do you say that? Are you trying to tell me that I can't use my own money? Are you serious? I can't use my own money, you mean? Really? Why is that? I can't use my own money. I have earned all this money myself. And you're saying I can't use my own money now. Who's the court to tell me not to use my own money? Who gives court the power to stop me from using my own money? What? I am talking like crazy. Look, nobody can stop me from using my own money, all right? So just shut up. All right, did you understand how I was emphasizing my own money in my sentence? Now, I truly love you. Trust me. I will not give you a reason to complain. Truly love me, my foot. You can't love your own parents and you love me. I saw the way you treated your mother. I saw the way you replied to your dad. A person who can't respect his own parents will respect me. A girl, come on. Give me a break. All right. You can't respect your own parents, and you're saying you will respect me. All right. So you use the word own after the possessive adjectives. Remember, a lot of Indian students of English sometimes use the word own without these possessive adjectives. Actually, they use the word own in place of these possessive adjectives. There will be a lot of people, if you ask them, how do you say, मैं अपनी मम्मी से प्यार करता हूँ? He'll say, I love own mother. मैं अपनी मम्मी से प्यार करता हूँ, I love own mother. Is this correct English? I love own mother?
No, sir.
It should be, I love my mother, right?
No, sir. This isn't.
I love my mother. I love my mother. Okay. Everybody loves their own country. What is wrong with that? Okay, so we use the word own to emphasize the possession. A chef with a fear of food eats only biscuits. A chef with a fear of food, okay, a fear of food. So when you see a fear, you realize that in English, fear is a countable noun. If it was not countable, you would not use it with a fear. You would say fear. A chef with a fear of food eats only biscuits. मुझे पानी से डर लगता है. I have a fear of water. I have a fear of water. मुझे ऊंचाई से डर लगता है. I have a fear of heights. Okay. A fear. So pay attention to things, learn, practice. This is how you master a language. Andrew Foster is a chef in an Italian restaurant in the north of England. Andrew Foster is a chef in an Italian restaurant in the north of England. Okay, Andrew Foster is a chef. Where? In an Italian restaurant in the north of England. He makes delicious food. What kind of food does he make? Delicious food. He makes delicious food. Very tasty food. Delicious means very tasty. So we will not say very delicious. We will say absolutely delicious if we want to use something more than delicious. He makes delicious food. Okay. Delicious means very, very tasty. He makes delicious food. Fish dishes, sausage, pasta, and desserts. These are different kinds of food. Fish dishes are food. Sausage are food. Pasta is food. Desserts are food. Okay. He makes delicious food. Fish dishes, sausage, pasta, and desserts, but he can't eat any of it. He can't eat any of the food he makes. It here, he can't eat any of it. It here refers to the food he cooks. He can't eat any of the food that he cooks. He can't eat any of it. If I say, I make beautiful chairs, I make beautiful chairs, okay, but I can't sit on, continue. I make beautiful chairs. I make beautiful chairs, but I can't sit on any of, no, you guys can't work out what you will say.
And,
Any
but he can't sit any of it.
That's why I asked this question. Anybody else? I make beautiful chairs. I make really lovely chairs, but I can't sit
any of this.
Okay, as you see, food is uncountable, so we have it. But when I'm saying chairs, then I should replace it. It cannot replace chairs. Chairs is plural, it is always singular. So I need to replace chairs with a plural pronoun that would be them, okay? I make beautiful chairs, but I can't sit on any of them. I can't sit on any of them, okay? I hope you understand. Now, let's have another sentence. He makes delicious sweets. He makes delicious sweets, but he can't eat any of them. So depends on the noun. The pronoun depends on the noun. If the noun is singular, you have the option it as a pronoun to replace that noun. You can replace it with it. But when your noun is plural, you don't replace it with it. You replace it with they or them, depending on which case you need. He makes delicious food, but he can't eat any of it. He makes beautiful chairs, but he can't use any of them. He makes delicious sweets, but he can't eat any of them. All right. He makes delicious food, fish dishes, sausage, pasta, and desserts, but he can't eat any of it. He has a fear of food. He can't eat any of it. He has a fear of food. Why can't he eat any of it? Because he has a fear of food. Now he explains the history, where the problem started. When I was 18 months old, I stopped eating. When I was 18 months old, I stopped eating. When he was 18 months old, he stopped eating. 18 months old, not even 2 years old. He stopped eating. When did you stop sleeping with your parents? When did you stop sleeping with your parents? Answer. I'm not very sure, but I think I was around 15 or 16 years of age. It was very late, actually. I stopped sleeping with my parents. Before that, I slept with my parents. I didn't feel bad about it because in India, it's okay for children to sleep with their parents, right? Even when you are a grown up. In many countries, in many different cultures, European cultures especially, in European culture, children do not sleep with their parents after a certain time, like when they're 3, 4 years old. They stop sleeping with their parents and start sleeping on their own, in their own bedroom. Okay, or at least in their own bed. If not a bedroom, maybe in the same room, but on another bed. Okay. Where were we? When I was 18 months old, I stopped eating. You stop doing something, right? You stop doing something. I have stopped trusting people. I don't trust people anymore. I've stopped trusting people. A friend wants to borrow some money and you say, excuse, I have stopped giving charity. I have stopped lending money. Okay. So stop doing something. Let's see. Okay. Mummy, Papa say to you, beta, झूठ बोलना बंद करो. Stop lying. Stop lying. मम्मी पापा से बेटा मोबाइल देखना बंद करो. पढ़ाई का समय आ गया, एग्जाम का समय आ गया है. Stop using your mobile phone. Your exam is near. Your exam is around the corner. Okay. Stop doing. A vegetarian will say to you, what will he say to you? A vegetarian? What will the vegetarian say to you? What do you think a vegetarian will say to you? Stop,
Stop eating.
stop eating meat. Stop eating meat. All right. Normally, parents say this to their girls when they notice that their girls are talking to boys on the phone. Stop talking to boys. Otherwise, we will not send you to school or college or classes. Stop talking to boys. Okay. Mat karo, band karo. All right. So he stopped eating. Usne band kar diya. All right. I was 18 months old. I stopped eating. Says Andrew, the 27-year-old chef. Yesterday we had some similar, phrase as well in the audio, perhaps. Yesterday, what did we do? The main book. Yeah, 10-month-old baby, 10-month-old baby. And my 10-month-old baby, the 27-year-old chef. Okay. At the Sale Paper Restaurant in County Durham. Okay, so this is where the chef works in County Durham. So can you tell me, is County Durham in the south of England or in the north of England? Hello? County Durham, where is it located? Do you have any idea? If you do not know the answer,
I don't.
yes,
It's
Afraid?
in north of England.
Yes, Kanak Beta. If you do not have any idea, it means you're not reading it as carefully as you should. You could not keep the information. This happens with a lot of learners. ये बता दूं मैं तुम्हें, हम लोगों ने ये लाइन एकदम easy पढ़ा in the north of England. बहुत इसमें कोई मुश्किल नहीं है, right? And अब ये है connecting two dots. Now his restaurant is in County Durham. So my question was, where is County Durham? In the north of England or the south of England? The answer was very basic. It is in the north of England because of the first line. But if you couldn't answer this question, it was because you could not keep this information with you. Okay. 27-year-old chef at the Sale Paper Restaurant in County Durham. Doctors told my mother. Okay, so when he was 18 months old, he stopped eating. Doctors told my mother. Told is the V2 of tell. Doctors told. No was word. Doctors told my mother. Doctor ने मेरी माँ को बताया to give me nothing to see. कहा क्या? माँ को क्या कहा? To give me nothing to see what I would eat. What I would eat. Okay. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat. Doctors told my mother. Now you are the doctor and I am Andrew's mother. He's 18 months old and I come to you. Imagine this situation. Doctor, my son isn't eating anything. Suddenly he stopped eating. And now when I put the food in his mouth, he refuses to eat. Please check what's wrong with him. Okay, you guys check. You guys are all doctors. Now make this comment. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat. So you guys are all doctors. Give me advice. I'm, Andrew's mother. I came to you. Doctor, my son isn't eating anything. I don't know what's wrong. Suddenly, yesterday, he stopped eating everything. I tried 2-3 times. I thought maybe he was doing drama or something. He was being dramatic, but he doesn't eat anything. He refuses to eat everything. Tell me, what do I do? Hello? You read this sentence, now, so you know what the doctor said. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat. Start with this word. Don't give your son. Hello,
Don't
guys.
give your son nothing to see what
Na na na
you
na 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 Afreen. It's very important that you feel what you're saying. Don't give your son nothing to see. Don't give your son anything to see. Okay?
anything to see
What he will eat.
what if
What he will eat. Okay? Don't give him to see what he will eat. जो खाएगा ना उसको देखने मत देना आप पहले. Don't give your son to see what he will eat. Okay? Put the food directly in his mouth. Don't let him see what he eats. Okay? Don't let him see. तो ये लाइन डॉक्टर ने बोला, उसको यहाँ पर ऐसे बताया गया. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat. But I only ate biscuits. But I only ate biscuits. Means the doctor's idea did not work. When my mother tried this, she gave me food directly in my mouth. She didn't let me see. And yet, I refused to eat everything except biscuits. But I only ate biscuits. So the problem was bigger than the doctor thought. Okay, the doctor thought, okay, children do this kind of behavior. They have this kind of, a problem. Sometimes they don't like the look of the food, the appearance of the food, and they refuse to eat the food because they just don't like the look of it. But if you directly put the food in their mouth by distracting them to look in another direction, not look at the food, then they start eating it because they don't have a problem with the food. They just don't like the appearance of the food. A lot of Indian mothers I know have done this while they raise their children, sometimes they would say, "Beta, look at that crow," especially when the child is being dramatic, being fussy about the food. Look at that flag, look at that crow. And the baby has his attention focused, on that crow, on that flag. And she quietly puts a bite in his mouth. And the child starts chewing it, not realizing that he is eating the same thing that he refused to eat a few minutes ago, because his focus is somewhere else. And he doesn't mind the taste. He doesn't mind the taste. His problem was the appearance of the food. He looked at the food and he didn't like the appearance. He said, I don't want to eat this. I don't like the taste. But actually, the problem is not with the taste. The problem was with the way the food looked. So the doctor thought it was the same kind of problem with, this boy as well. But his problem was bigger. The doctor's idea didn't work. He only ate biscuits. How do we know that the doctor's idea didn't work? Because the line says, but I only ate biscuits. Doctors told my mother to give me nothing to see what I would eat, but I only ate biscuits. So when you say this line, they say, but I only ate biscuits, लेकिन हम फिर भी आपके अपने मन में आ जाता है कि डॉक्टर की बात सफल नहीं हुई, डॉक्टर की बात सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुई. But I only ate biscuits. Now, today, he eats 2 packets of biscuits a day. He eats 2 packets of biscuits a day. And sometimes some toast. Toast is made of bread. We sometimes eat some toast, some crisps. Crisps are made of potatoes, and some cereal for breakfast. He also eats some cereal for breakfast. Okay, cornflakes. Yesterday I showed you perhaps. Okay, not in your class, in another class. Cereal for breakfast. Cereal is, something you eat in the morning with milk. Take a look at this. This is cereal. Do you have cereal for breakfast, anyone? Kellogg's is a very big brand. Kellogg's, they make, cereals. You put it in milk. Yeah. We don't eat this. I think it is not really tasty and very expensive. Unnecessary. I like my homemade food. I like my glass of sattu in the morning. He eats 2 packets of biscuits a day and sometimes some toast, some crisps, and some cereal for breakfast. If I just think of eating other food, I feel anxious. Then I feel sick. You see, when you read it once only or twice, then you don't, don't get in, used to saying for breakfast. When you want to speak, you will say in breakfast. Okay, in Hindi you say नाश्ते में. Okay, and बचपन से में के लिए in दिमाग में है. तो प्रीपोजिशन की मिस्टेक इस वजह से होती है कि जो तुम्हें वर्ड्स के लिटरल हिंदी बताई गई तुम वही हिंदी वाले लिटरल वर्ड्स रखते हो नाश्ते में. तो मेक इंग्लिश तो फॉर नहीं पढ़ाया गया ना, तो इन पढ़ाया गया है. तो तुम बोलोगे ही ईट सम सीरियल इन ब्रेकफास्ट. Grammatically correct nahi hoga because there will be a prepositional mistakes there. So you have to say some cereal for breakfast. I have a glass of sattu for breakfast. I prefer roti for dinner. Some people have rice for dinner. Night. I prefer roti for dinner. कुछ लोग रात में खाने में भात खाते हैं. मुझे रात में खाने में रोटी पसंद है ज्यादा. तो खाने में हिंदी में, लेकिन in English for dinner, just like for breakfast. Okay, if I just think of eating other food, दूसरा खाना खाने का सोचते भी है ना, I feel anxious. If I just think of eating, खाना तो छोड़ दो. If I just think of eating other food, let alone eating, I just think of eating other food, I feel anxious. Anxious. I feel anxious. So when you feel anxious, you have this high heartbeat, fast. Your heart beats fast. And sometimes you start sweating. Sometimes your voice, starts to tremble. Different people show different kind of reactions when they're anxious. So anxiety, anxious is an adjective, anxiety is the noun. You feel anxious because you have anxiety. Anxious. Some students feel very anxious before the exam. They start to show signs, physical signs, like, sweating, over sweating, trembling of their body, the body starts to tremble. These are all signs of being anxious. Okay, you can't sleep maybe. So different people show different signs of anxiety. Okay, so this guy, his problem is when he just thinks of eating other food, he feels anxious, and then he feels sick. So when you say he feels sick, what does that mean? So here sick does not mean simply bimar. In Hindi, sick and ill are both translated as bimar, okay? So yes, bimar, fine. Like in sick means also like vomiting, you know. Some people feel sick when they're on the bus. Some people feel sick when they travel by bus. They feel sick. मतलब उनको vomiting सी आती है. Okay, I'll try and yeah, there you go. Sick adjective. Feel, okay, after verb. Feeling ill, as if you're going to vomit. Lucy felt sick the morning after the party. She felt sick. As if you're going to vomit. ऐसा लगे कि जैसे आपसे हो जाएगा. Okay, Lucy felt sick. उसको लगा कि ना वो vomiting कर देंगे the morning after the party. If you eat any more of that cake, you will make yourself sick. You'll make yourself sick. तो तुम बीमार पड़ जाओगे अगर थोड़ा सा भी और केक खाओगे तो, या vomiting कर दोगे. If you eat any more of that cake, अगर थोड़ा सा और खा लोगे, you will make yourself sick. Vomiting कर दोगे, right? Vomit कर दोगे. She was sick after she ate too much chocolate. She was sick after she ate too much chocolate. तो sick मतलब क्या, बुखार आ गया उसको, बीमार हो गए. वैसे थोड़ी यार, ज्यादा चॉकलेट खा लेने से वोमिट कर दिया उसने. She was sick after she ate too much chocolate. Okay. So to sick, to feel sick, to be sick. I was sick last night. मतलब पिछली रात मुझसे वोमिटिंग हो गई. I was sick last night twice. I was sick 2 times. अगर किसी ने कह दिया I was sick 2 times, तो बोलेंगे अरे 2 बार बीमार पड़ा रात में. नहीं, 2 बार वोमिटिंग हो गई. So this guy, when he thinks of eating other food, he feels anxious and then he feels sick. Okay, there are certain foods that you don't want to eat, right? Am I right, guys? There are certain kinds of food that you can't think of eating. If I said, talk about eating rat's meat, okay? Then, of course, in very little time, you will start to feel sick if I keep talking about it. Some people are strong, they won't be sick, they will dislike the idea, but they will not feel sick. But some of you will start to feel sick if I keep talking about it. If I start giving you the, detailed description of how you will cook the rat. First, you will boil it in water. Then you will remove the skin. Tell me if you want me to stop, okay? And then you remove the skin. Now you open the stomach and you remove the gut. Maybe because I'm speaking in English, you may not feel that disgust so strongly. But if I gave you all this description in Hindi, some of you will definitely ask me to stop next moment. You'll say, sir, don't, please, because you start to feel sick. Okay, disgusting things make you feel sick, right? So this guy, if he just thinks of eating other food, he feels anxious and he feels sick. So आप क्या बोलेंगे, हम बस से नहीं जाएंगे, हमको उल्टी हो जाता है. I will not go by bus. I feel sick. Yeah, I get sick on the bus. डॉक्टर साहब कल रात 2 बार वोमिटिंग हो गई. डॉक्टर, I was sick twice last night. अरे सीढ़ी पर ध्यान से जाना, कोई वोमिटिंग कर दिया है. Be careful on up the stairs. Okay. Somebody was sick on the stairs, guys. Somebody was sick on the stairs. Somebody was sick on the stairs. Somebody was sick. Next. Andrew trained for years to be a chef. Andrew trained for years to be a chef. Yes. He did not become a chef just like that. He trained for years. He invested a lot of time and effort to be a chef. He trained for years to be a chef. He did not one day decide, okay, I want to be a chef. Next day he became a chef. No. He trained for years to be a chef. He worked very hard to be a chef. I know exactly what foods go well together. He knows his work. He says, I know exactly what foods go well together. Somebody who's not a trained chef, if you experiment, you might try something like brinjal and fish together. Okay, you cooked fish and you added brinjal to it. आपने मछली बनाई और उसमें बैंगन डाल दिया. Okay, eggplants. So obviously it's not a very good combination, because you do not know cooking. So you might think of this kind of idea. But people who know cooking, and they are good cooks, good chefs. Chef is qualified cook, they have got the training. A good cook and a good chef are two different things. Your mother can be a good cook, but to be a chef, to call yourself a chef, you need to have certain degrees, certain qualifications, So a cook is like China. China copies, other people's items, products. They don't make their own products. They just copy. Similarly, a cook copies items, but a chef creates new dishes because they have been trained for that. They can create new dishes with their imagination. All right. So he trained for years to be a chef. I know exactly what foods go well together. Go well together. What foods go well together? Do you guys sometimes drink sattu? What do you drink sattu with salt or with sugar? How do you have your sattu? When I was a kid, my father scolded me for having sattu with sugar. He would encourage us to have sattu with salt. Okay. And then now I drink sattu with sugar all the time, almost all the time. And my wife adds a little bit of lemon juice to it. If you have never tried, try this. A glass of sattu with some sugar and just add a few drops of lemon juice. The lemon juice goes so well with the sattu, or the sattu goes so well with the lemon juice. It means it's a great combination. You will like the taste much, much better. If two things go well together, they make a good combination. Like white shirt goes really well with blue jeans. They make a good combination. I know exactly what foods go well together. When I'm in my kitchen and I make something, I think, this smells delicious. When I'm in my kitchen and I make something, when I'm in my kitchen, translate this part, everybody. When I'm in my kitchen, translate this part into Hindi. When I'm in my kitchen.
जब मैं अपने किचन में होता हूँ.
That's perfect. When I'm in my kitchen, and I make something, I think, this smells delicious. I think, this smells delicious. So, he likes the smell of the food. He likes the smell of the food. He says, this smells delicious. The word smell was in the main book as well yesterday. He's saying, this smells delicious. How do you translate this sentence? This smells delicious. How would you like to translate it into Hindi?
इसका स्मेल अच्छा है.
वाह बेटा, बहुत बढ़िया. तुमने स्मेल को स्मेल ही बोल दिया. Good. This smells delicious. क्या यार, क्या गजब का खुशबू आ रहा है. When you are cooking something and it smells delicious, you say, Mummy, अच्छा महक रहा ना? All right, this smells delicious. It means he doesn't find the smell of the food repulsive. He doesn't find the smell of the food bad. He likes the smell of the food. He says, this smells delicious. It means he likes the smell of the food. I'd love to taste what I cook. It's written right here. I'd love to taste what I cook, but I can't. मन तो बहुत करता है. I'd love to taste what I cook. बिल्कुल करना चाहेंगे टेस्ट जो हम बनाते हैं, खा के देखना चाहेंगे. I would love to taste what I cook, but I can't, he says. Other chefs tell me if it needs more salt or more sugar. Other chefs tell me, बाकी शेफ मुझे बताते हैं. Other chefs tell me if it needs more salt or more sugar. Okay. So when he needs to find out whether his food needs more salt or more sugar, he cannot put that food in his own mouth and taste to find out whether he needs to add more salt or more sugar. What he does, he asks other chefs, please, chef, please taste it. What do you think? Should I add more sugar? I should add more sugar. Okay. No, it's fine. All right. Okay. Oh, chef, please taste my food. I add a little more salt. Add a little more salt. Okay. Add a little more salt. Okay, I'll add. So other chefs tell me if it needs more salt or more sugar. This fear makes life difficult for Andrew and his girlfriend, Carolina Lister. This fear of food makes life difficult for Andrew. Andrew's life is difficult today because of this fear. Not only Andrew's life, Andrew's girlfriend, Caroline Lister. Caroline Lister also faces problems because of this fear of, food. We can't go out for meals with friends. One problem is they can't go out for meals with friends. When people go to restaurants, this guy will not go with them because he only eats biscuits. We can't go out for meals with friends. Go out for meals. बाहर खाना खाने नहीं जा पाते हम लोग दोस्तों के साथ. We can't go out for meals with friends. When I translate in a very natural way, if you have noticed, but I do not translate every word literally. That's the secret of why I translate so naturally, okay? हम लोग खाना खाने नहीं जा पाते दोस्तों के साथ. खाना खाने जा पाना. In English, we are saying go out for a meal. Can't go out for a meal. And we can't go to friends' weddings either. We can't go to friends' weddings either. दोस्तों की शादी में भी नहीं जा पाते यार. We can't go to friends' weddings either. Notice the spelling of friends' weddings. दोस्तों की शादी. एक दोस्त की नहीं, दोस्तों की शादी. पहले दोस्तों, plural friends, उसके बाद apostrophe. Friends' wedding, दोस्तों की शादी. We can't go to friends' weddings either. Andrew would like to eat everything like other people. Andrew would like to eat everything like other people. It's right here. But you are not saying anything, sir. मुझे यहाँ परेशानी हुई, मुझे वहां परेशानी. आप कहीं कुछ नहीं बता रहे मुझे. ठीक है? आप जब बताओगे कि सर ये वाला हिस्सा में हम गलत समझ गए थे, तो अगली बार आपका चांसेस बेहतर है इंप्रूव करने के, जब आप अपनी गलतियों को ऑब्जर्व कर लोगे कि हाँ यहाँ पर हम गलत हुए थे. Andrew would like to eat everything like other people, but it's not possible. Andrew appeared on a TV program called Freaky Eaters. So Andrew would like to eat everything. He would like to eat everything like other people, but it's not possible for him because of his condition. He appeared on a TV program. He appeared on a TV program, but exam की बात आती है तो बोलते हैं appeared at an exam. Okay. Please understand. अगर हम कहते हैं एग्जाम देने की बात करते हैं कि मैंने एक एग्जाम दी थी पिछले साल. I appeared at an exam last year. So ये formal sound करता है, appear at an exam. Okay. Otherwise, colloquially, people say write an exam, do an exam, take an exam. These are small words. Do, take, write. These are common words. So when you say them, your sentence sounds more casual. But when you say I appeared at an exam last year, then it sounds more formal because appear is not such a small word, right? I appeared at an exam last year. The result hasn't come out yet. Okay. So appear. So he appeared on a TV program. He appeared on a TV program called Freaky Eaters. ऐसे तो अपीयर मतलब याद किया होगा तुम लोगों ने बचपन में, प्रकट होना. क्या हिंदी रटी थी अपीयर मतलब? किसने रटा था अपीयर मतलब? एनीवन? प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, जो हिंदी हम लोग बोलते हैं और जो हिंदी हम लोग सीखते हैं इंग्लिश के बदले में, वो अभी जरा देखना. अपीयर थे जैसा लगना, लगना, निकलना, रूप लेना, आकृति करना, आभास होना, प्रतीत होना, उपस्थित होना. तो इस तरह से जो वर्ड्स लिख दिए जाते हैं ना एक वर्ड के बदले में हिंदी, और कुछ लोग इसको याद कर लेते, कोशिश करते हैं कि इससे वो सीख लेंगे. आप इसमें से कौन सी हिंदी लगाओगे? ही अपीयर्ड ऑन ए टीवी प्रोग्राम. वो टीवी प्रोग्राम में उपस्थित हुआ. अरे हिंदी में बोलते हैं, पता है, वो टीवी पे आया, टीवी प्रोग्राम में आया था. He appeared on a TV program called Freaky Eaters. What was the program called? Freaky Eaters. The program was called Freaky Eaters. He is now getting help from a psychologist. The name of the program was Freaky Eaters. You have already learned the phrase fussy eaters. Fussy eaters, you know, they do not like a lot of things. Like there was the conversation between two friends. One said, I don't like tomatoes. And he said, oh, okay, why? He said, oh, but they will never like them. He said, when I was a child, I didn't like tomatoes, but now I eat them. And then he said, I didn't like a lot of things when I was a child. Then as a response, his friend said, oh, you were a fussy eater. So fussy eaters like very few things. But this guy is not a fussy eater, okay? He's a freaky eater. He eats only biscuits. So if you don't understand what freaky eaters means, by the end of the next paragraph, I think you will understand what freaky eaters means. The name of the program was Freaky Eaters, and Andrew was invited on that program. He is now getting help Andrew is now getting help from a psychologist and a food expert. So two people are helping him, a psychologist and a food expert. Together, they're helping him to try different foods. They're helping him to try different foods. For everything, there are experts, guys, okay? If you believe that you can solve all the problems just by, being smart, you're wrong. You can be very smart, but if you do not have expertise in any field, you can't do much with your smartness there. For example, this guy, Andrew Foster, with his real problem of, fear of food, if he comes to you, I don't think you can give much advice. Maybe you can say, "Arey yaar, zabardasti karke kha lo na," aise waise. But that doesn't work now. People get sick, when they have a fear of this kind, they have a problem of this kind, psychological problem. But experts know how to handle this situation. They have studied about these things. And everybody who speaks English has an opinion about how to teach and how to learn English. But then there are those who are experts on this field, in this field. They are experts on how to learn a language, a second language. I trust those people, experts, those who have spent their whole life trying to understand this concept of second language acquisition. So I keep saying that what you think is not really important. What is important is what experts say. Start to accept their opinions. While you're listening to me, and if you're repeating, and if you feel engaged, like, okay, my teacher is talking to me, he's saying these things to me, and you are sitting there with full focus, listening, then it's only a matter of time when your English speaking skills will be better. But if you have your own opinion and you say, okay, there are lots of people who will say, what kind of class is this? The teacher is sitting as speaking alone. The rest of the students are all quiet. Now nobody's saying anything. How will they learn to speak English? It is their problem. They're not experts when they say this. Experts agree that, first of all, you need a role model. You need a source for the language. And then your learning starts. So your learning is in progress right now while you're listening to me. Here, there is a catch. If you're not doing it with your 100% sincerity, then of course you will not get the results. But not because the method was wrong. The method is foolproof, guys. Foolproof. There is no problem with the method. The problem could be with the execution of the method. Oh, you are expected to sit at home and listen to me. You're not expected to sit at home and do something else while I'm talking to you. Listen and only listen, do nothing else. Anyways, so now he's getting help from a psychologist and a food expert. What are they helping him with? They're helping him with trying different foods, okay? Also on the program was a man. There was a man, another man on the program who only likes eating meat. Now, what was the name of the program? Freaky Eaters. So freaky eaters, plural. So Andrew alone cannot do that program, right? He is a freaky eater. But the program needed more freaky eaters, right? They invited more freaky eaters. There was a man on the program who only likes eating meat. Unfortunately, his girlfriend is a vegetarian. Of 4 billion people on earth, he found a vegetarian girlfriend. There are total 8 billion people, 4 billion are women. And out of those 4 billion women, he found this vegetarian. And he himself eats meat all the time. He doesn't eat anything else. He can't kiss her unless he brushes his teeth. So he needs to brush his teeth first, and then he can kiss his girlfriend. Otherwise, he can't. He can't kiss his girlfriend unless he brushes his teeth. If he doesn't brush his teeth, he cannot, because he eats meat all the time and she is a vegetarian. So he will put the meat from his mouth into her mouth. She won't like it. So what is the condition? He can kiss her, but first he needs to brush his teeth. He can't kiss her unless he brushes his teeth. So when you have conditions like this, you can't get into a medical college unless you qualify NEET. You can't get into a medical college unless you qualify NEET. So that is the condition. That is the, first thing. You need to qualify, you need to pass, and then you can get into a medical college. Okay. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second again. Yeah, okay. So, unless he can't kiss his girlfriend, unless he brushes teeth. Your mother has some rules for you guys, right? In your house, like you cannot enter the bedroom unless you take off your shoes. If you have your shoes on, you cannot enter the bedroom or puja room or the kitchen. So when you talk about rules and conditions, you can use the word unless. My mom says I cannot enter the bedroom unless I take my shoes off. Okay, there is another rule in India. Unless you are, I don't want to give that example. Okay, some other example. Some other example, people with the word unless. The police do not do anything to protect you unless somebody harms you. If you have a threat, they don't do much. Give me a second. The bank manager says, we cannot give you another loan unless you pay back your first loan. We cannot give you another loan unless you pay back your first loan. So that is the condition. First pay back and then you can have another loan. Okay. In some houses, parents have a rule. You can't go to bed unless you brush your teeth. Okay. So first you have to brush your teeth and then you can go to bed. So unless word is used like this, he can't kiss her unless he brushes his teeth. The meaning is very easy to understand from my perspective, but I want to know what you think. He can't kiss her unless he brushes his teeth. Unless कोई बहुत मुश्किल word लग रहा है या बहुत obvious सा word लग रहा है कि भाई जाहिर सी बात है, he's a vegetarian, she is a vegetarian and he eats only meat, तो सही तो है. He can't kiss her unless he brushes his teeth. हाँ ठीक है. और अगर लगे क्या लिखा है नहीं समझ में आ रहा, then please tell me. Give me a second. Hey Mudassir. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, आज क्लास अटेंड नहीं कर पाएंगे सर, पटना जा रहे हैं.
Okay.
इसलिए पता कि कॉल आ नहीं पाए सर बोलने के लिए, तो पहले
You can just message about it in the group, no problems. Okay. You don't need to call. You can just text in the group that you're going to be absent because you're going to Patna. That's fine.
Okay, sir.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay. In India, you can't marry another woman unless you divorce your first wife. In India, you can't marry another woman unless you divorce your first wife. If you guys have some examples to share, you are welcome, or you can write the examples in the group as well. Other people on the show, okay, it was called freaky eaters. There were a lot of freaky eaters, plural eaters. Okay, other people on the show include a man who doesn't like eating hot food. So there was another person who only eats cold food. He doesn't like eating hot food. No hot food for him. Even when he drinks soup, he wants it cold. Okay. Other people include a man who doesn't like eating hot food, a woman who only likes eating chips. Other people include a woman who only likes eating chips, a woman who only eats chips. And a boy who lives on jam sandwiches, means he only eats jam sandwiches. He lives on jam sandwiches. It means he eats only jam sandwiches. Now, these are examples of freaky eaters. Now, tell me, freaky eaters are more extreme cases of fussy eaters. Fussy eaters only do drama. I will not eat this. I will not eat that. Okay. But freaky eaters, they are an extreme version of that fussy. They just eat one or two things. That's all. You see some examples here. A guy who eats only meat, a guy who only eats jam sandwiches, a guy who doesn't eat hot food, a woman who only eats chips. Come on, what are you talking about? So these are freaky eaters. So strange or normal? Freaky eaters are strange or normal? Hello? Are you there?
A strange, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fine. We are done with this text. And who lives on jam sandwiches? अगर आपको ये समझ में आया, a man, a boy who lives on jam sandwiches, jam sandwich पे ही रह लेता है. मतलब he eats only jam sandwiches. Okay, sir, आपका 10,000 रुपया का महीना में हमारा घर नहीं चलेगा. My family can't live on your 10,000 rupees salary, sir. आपने अपने बॉस को बोला, my family can't live on your 10,000 rupees monthly salary. No, I want to resign from your job. I can't live on 10,000 rupees a month. How much money do we need for a month in a town like Bihar? Different people will say different things, but I think most people will agree 40,000-50,000 rupees should be more than enough. Okay. So we finished that part as well. We have done this year, ice cream story, listening section. We are going to watch a video tomorrow, but I'm going to share that video with you first so that you guys can watch and later. Okay. Tomorrow I will explain it to you. First of all, you guys need to watch. Okay. The video. Unit 8. A world of food. Here is your video. Watch it at home a couple of times or maybe more. Try and understand what they're talking about. And we will carry on with our lessons tomorrow. That's all for today, everybody. See you guys. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.